Thanks for watching. Go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified of each new video as it comes out. Hey everybody, I'm JJ Johnson. You're watching Reality Survival, and I'm making this video a little later than I wanted to. I meant to make it like a couple months back, 3 months back, or whatever. I don't know, a while back. When it was cold, because it's not as cold now, but whatever. Snowstorm checklist. You can take these items, you can print it off, put it in a binder or something along those lines. This is all the stuff that I did when we had our last blizzard. We ended up getting we had like 6-7 foot snow drifts and stuff like that. It was pretty crazy. Power was out for a little while, you know, that kind of stuff. But so this is kind of the thought process that I went through when we had that, and I thought I'd just share it with you guys. So I'll probably put this up on realitysurvival.com. That way you can download it as a PDF if you want. But anyway, let's get on with the list. Snowstorm checklist. Number 1, fill the gas tank in your car. You should always have it at least above half tank if you can. But when you hear that there's a snowstorm coming, go ahead and fill it up. We have pretty good, I say that in, pretty good meteorological capabilities these days, and so usually you have some notice when you're going to get a big storm. So all this stuff you shouldn't have to necessarily do last minute. You should have some time to do this stuff. But even if you had to do it really quick, it wouldn't take all that long. Number 2 is you should already have food and water squared away in your house if you're a prepper, and all good responsible citizens are preppers. But if you don't, then go ahead and get to the store and get all the supply, the food and water that you would need for a week or two. And number 3 is go ahead and pull out your generator and start it. After you do that, let it run for a while and make sure you plug in an electrical power tool into the generator to make sure that the bushings are engaging and it's actually creating electricity and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people, when they start the generators, they forget to do that part, so make sure you do that. Go ahead and fill up the gas tank on the generator while you're doing it. Okay, also at that same time, go ahead and get all your extension cords out and have those ready to go, unless you have a transfer box, in which case make sure that you can find the key to the transfer box and you have the transfer box cable, that it'll plug into your generator. All right, number 4, make sure you have at least 10 gallons of gas in cans, out with the generator or in your garage or whatever. And also make sure that the tank in the generator is full. Don't forget to have a funnel if you need to use a funnel to fill it up. Number 5, if you have a propane tank or oil for heat, make sure that the tank is above 40% if possible. If you can, if there's enough time, go ahead and schedule to have it filled up if it seems like it's getting low. Number 6 is pull out your snow chains for your vehicles and make sure they are good to go and that they'll fit on the tires that you have now, just in case you bought new tires or gotten bigger tires in your truck or something, or whatever. Number 7, make sure you have warm clothes, blankets, snow boots, and first aid kit, some emergency food and water in your car ready to go. Number 8, make sure you've got a couple of heavy-duty tow straps, as well as a come-along and a shovel in your vehicle as well, in case you go off the road. Maybe you can have somebody pull you out, maybe you could pull yourself out, and or dig your way out if you had to. All right, number 9, add a couple of tubes of sand into the back of your truck or SUV. It's going to help you get a little bit better traction and that kind of stuff. Number 10 is if your state allows studded snow tires, then go ahead and have them out, ready to go. Check the air pressure in them, and based on whenever the state will allow you to go ahead and put them on, go ahead and put them on. Some states are kind of wonky about how and when you can do those, and if you can even have them at all. They seem to be less and less popular as time goes on. Number 11 is make sure that the windshield washer fluid is filled up in your vehicles. Now, it sounds like kind of a trivial thing, and it kind of is, but it's also a big convenience item, because when your windshield gets all nasty and you can't see good, if you can't see the ruts and stuff in the road as well. You might end up, going off the road or something. So having that windshield washer in there so you can keep your windows nice and clean from the slush and the stuff that gets splashed up on there and everything is, it's a good thing. All right, number 12 is pull your snowblower out and start it up. Make sure that the tires are all aired up and are good to go. And if it's an electric start one, make sure you find the cord, for plugging it in and all that kind of stuff, or extension cord may work. All right. Number 13, if you've got a tractor or an ATV that has a snow blade for snow removal, make sure it's on and ready to rock and roll, ready to go. Number 14 is make sure you have your snow shovels and your salt or ice melt out and ready for use. In your garage, you know where they're at, you can find them and all those kinds of things. Number 15 is as snow piles up, make sure that your furnace and or heater, the vent for those is not completely covered up so that it will be able to breathe and operate properly. And because if it gets covered up, then it'll end up, the O2 sensor or the carbon monoxide sensor or whatever in there can end up shutting it off, or too high a back pressure, or whatever the case may be. If it's not vented properly, your furnace will end up shutting off. Number 16 is make sure to have your backup heat source ready to go in case the power goes out. I prefer to have a propane-powered heat source that's rated to work indoors. I have a Dynaglow one that works pretty good. I also have a what's it called, like a Big Buddy or Mr. Buddy, Mr. Heater kind of thing, and it's one that'll take a whole 20-gallon tank, in the back of it. It works pretty good. I'll put a link to it on Amazon down in the description below as well. Let's see here, and the next one is, it's a long list. Number 17 is have your power outage kit out and ready to use. Make sure the rechargeable batteries are all charged up and ready to go ahead of time. Number 18 is make sure you use up any foods in the refrigerator that are getting close to expiring. Number 19 is ensure that you have plenty of ice made. You could even stop by and buy a couple of bags of ice, and then you can keep that in your freezer to help fill up the empty space. It's going to help your freezer stay cold longer. You can also, just take some water and put it into like big gallon Ziploc bags, and like maybe 3/4 full, and then freeze those. The idea here is those fill up some of the empty space in your freezer with ice. That way it will keep your food better longer, but make sure that you also have it in some kind of a container or something that'll catch it in case there's a leak in the bag when it starts to thaw, because you don't want to have to make a mess, deal with that. Okay, let's see here. Number 20 is make sure you wash all of your laundry and your dishes and everything is clean beforehand. That way you don't have to worry about that stuff during the power outage. You could also break out paper plates and different things like that if you wanted to. Number 21 is the bonus item, and that would be if you have a wood-burning stove, go ahead and bring in some extra wood, split up a little bit of extra kindling. If you have a pellet stove, go ahead and bring in a few extra bags of pellets, and make sure that your energy solar generator is charged up and ready to run the pellet stove. Also make sure your solar panels are available to recharge on the next day. And we do still have some time. Let's see, it's 17 17 April now. I think the pre-sale on the new Energy Apex solar generators is going to end on like June 1st, I think. So there is still some time to get those. I will throw my affiliate link down in the description below. If you use the affiliate link to purchase it, you're going to get it for like $1,300. The MSRP on it is like right at $2,000, I think. So it's saving like a ton of money. So you have the pre-sale part of it. Then you have the additional 20% off for using the Reality Survival link. So that ends up saving you, I think it's like 40% or something. I don't remember exactly, but it's a ton of money. And one note real quick is if you do that, you use the link to get there, and then you have to go all the way through to checkout, and then it will apply your discount. If you use PayPal, it may not apply the discount appropriately, but if that happens, let me know and I can contact the guys and get your money refunded. I've had that happen twice so far, and both people end up getting their refunds and everything, so it's no big deal. But provided you're using a normal debit card, credit card, or whatever, should go through with no problems. You'll see the discount reflected at the end of the purchase. So it's a little bit confusing on how that adds that discount. But anyway, it's a pretty awesome savings, and I'm really looking forward to getting a hold of mine. So anyway, guys, I hope this has been helpful. As always, I definitely appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook and Twitter, and don't forget to live the 6 Ps. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe, guys.